Welcome back to another episode of Hooner's Shed. Now I've gone out and I've done a bit of shopping today, and I've bought myself some orange nail varnish, or polish, or nail varnish, and some nail varnish remover. Not because I think my nails need doing, although they probably do, but I had a good tip from Dell, and he's given this tip out a few times. A bright coloured nail varnish, just a cheap one, I mean this was only £1. When you do a bolt up on your bike, you paint a bit of this nail varnish on the bolt and then whatever it goes into in a line, and that way you've got a quick visual check as if that bolt has undone itself or started to come loose, because then the lines won't match up. Yeah, you can get in there with spanners and sockets and just make sure everything's done up, or £1, and that'll probably last you forever. Just go around, and like I said, it's just a quick visual check. I can see that that's done up because they're still in line. If they're out of line, then obviously the bolt's starting to come undone. Get in there and do it up again. And the nail polish remover, because it contains acetone, which was another tip from Dell and also from my mate Peter, PGod1960, thanks for that again mate. I need to clean these engine casings and I need acetone, nail varnish remover. So just a cheap one from a supermarket is apparently fine, so I've got that. So there we go, a bit more shopping done today. Also, I am carrying on with prepping the engine for paint, and there's an overlook, or an oversight, probably a better way of doing it, which I'm surprised I completely missed, and I'm quite surprised nobody else has picked up on, to be fair. But it is definitely, it's not a major delay, it's just a bit of an oops moment. So stick around, stay tuned, and we'll see how it goes. So here we have the engine being put back together. I'm not putting any gaskets in this, I'm just bolting the engines together with some old bolts and filling in some holes. I've got to do this one, I've got to do that one there, this one here, which is where the card goes. I've got to cover that to make sure I don't get any paint in there. There's a few others that I've got to cover to make sure I don't get any paint in them. The cylinder goes on that bit, and then the bit that goes on the top, the head, the cylinder head, that bit there, has not been done, and I can't believe that I missed it. So there we go, that is today's project, is getting that like that, so I get it clean. To that extent, I've bought some more of these because these are fantastic. I get these on a special deal from my local tool supplier, so, and they are really, really good. So time to get that cleaned off, so we'll get that cleaned up and taken back and ready for paint. Right, so the way to do this, or the way that I'm going to do this isn't the way to do it, is first of all, brush, WD-40 or I have got some there, but or substitute is fine. Squat it on there, give it a clean over, and then we can go over it with some degreaser, providing I can get the trigger to work. So there we are, cleaned and degreased. This is the thermal plug. It tells you the temperature of the engine. Need to get that out. This then needs to get stripped back. And a tip for removing gaskets. There was one that was stuck on here. Just an old bank card is fine. Just put it on there. And I think that the reason why this is the best way to do it, I know people will use Stanley knives, but I was told the best way to do it is use something that's softer than what you're digging against, so it doesn't cause any indentations or scratches where there needs to be a seal for the gasket, you see. Credit card or debit card or club card or nectar card or whatever, any old card like that should do it. So let's get that out and finish cleaning that off. Right, and there we are. One cleaned rocker cover, rocker engine top bit cleaned, ready for when I get the cylinder back. Put it on there, give it a clean off, and then spray it with the paint. Wicked. Well, that's the plan. It's probably not going to go according to plan. The extraction of that snapped off. Let me see if I can get that into focus. that snapped off bolt in there did not go according to plan. So I've got to get a way to get that out, probably drill it, but I don't have a wide enough bit. And then re-tap it or helicoil it, I think is what I'm going to have to do on that. But yeah, that's a fair few hours in on that. A couple of those little doodads there. Job done. Right, these are the next things that need to be doing. Is the wheels. I've got to get those off, shot blasted and then powder coated. You'll notice that they're two different spoke designs. That's because that one is the original front wheel and that is the original back wheel, but it has a drum brake. But with a quick, it's quite easy. This one actually came with a rear disc brake fitted. Now I'm not too worried about keeping it original. I'd rather have a disc brake on the back than a drum. So that means I'm going to have mismatching wheels. Unless I can get another front wheel that matches that one. I don't know. But I'm going to have mismatching wheels to start with anyway. So that's the next project. Or one of the next things to do. Then up there, you've got the petrol tank, which looks a lot better in this image than it does actually in real life. I'm not sure if I can show it. If you'll see the inside of the... No, you won't. Not much point in that then. But yeah, that does actually look a lot better on camera than it does in real life. But wait till you see the inside of that. That's going to be a nightmare. And I know I've got the side panels that I've already sanded down, and they've got to be painted as well. So there we are. It's another episode of Who in the Shed over and done with. Got the top bit of the engine. Got that off and cleaned. That's looking much better now. So hopefully get the cylinder back soon. The cylinder head thing, cylinder back, and then I can get that on the engine. Finish masking it all up and then start getting it painted. So it's going to be a few days of watching a lot of Del Boy's videos of where he was painting stuff with a rattle can, because that's basically how I'm going to be doing it. And just to brush up to make sure that I do it properly. I did have a phone call from South Cerny Engineering. Apparently the piston that I've bought is it's not the wrong piston, it's the wrong size. I bought a .25 oversized piston, but it looks like that the cylinder's already been bored out once before. So we need to go to another size or another size up. I'm not sure. All I know is that they're boring it out for me. They went onto the website where I bought the part from, and they do it in different size increments. So they're re-boring it out for me now, and when I go and pick it up, they will tell me the piston, like the part number. That is the piston that you need to order, those specific ones. So hopefully I've still got the money left in the bank account to do it, which just means I've got this little piston that's absolutely useless. There we go. Never mind. But hopefully that'll get done soon. I'll go pick that up, and like I said, we get it all together and painted. Then I've got wheels, I've got fuel tank, I've got the side casings, I've got around here somewhere is the carburettor. It's just never ending, the amount of stuff. It's only a small bike, and when you take it all apart, it all comes apart quite quickly, quite easily. A few little things that stick a bit, and then you come to the process of putting it all back together again, and then you realise even for a small bike, there is just never ending job after job after job after job that you have to get through. So we'll see how it goes. But I have no idea what that FJ is going to do. If this is like this, that is going to be a ton and a half of work. And to be honest with you, I can't wait to get started. I still haven't found the keys for it yet, so it might be just take the fairing off and see if we can get the ignition out without it, because I can't find the keys. And yeah, there we go. So I think that's the recap of everything. Yeah. Right, safe. I'll see you on the next episode of Who in the Shed.